Hello and welcome everybody to a new BeybladeX news video. And to start us off, someone managed to get their hands on CX Perseus Dark a lot earlier, and this time I don't think it was stolen from a factory or anything. I'm pretty sure this is the same person that recently managed to get a CX Perseus Dark in a soccer crossover Buster. I say soccer crossover because I'm going to try to say Barcelona or Barcelonia or whatever it is, and I'm butchering it, as you can tell, so I didn't really want to say it, but I did. The weight comes up for the face, or lock chip, I believe it's called, for 1.72, and then the regular blade, dark is the blade's name, the primary blade, 30.29, and then we have 5.31 for the assist blade B, which I believe is called bumper. Uh, Overall, what I can say, I don't quite remember the weight for the lock chip, but it might be a little bit heavier. It might not. We still don't really know for sure that if all of them are going to be a little bit different in weight, or if most of the lock chips are going to be the same, to try to maybe for now avoid, there being one main lock chip that everyone uses. Personally, unless it's a big weight difference, I might not, try to be the meta guy that tries to get the heaviest thing there, the best lock chip. I'm gonna use a lock chip that looks cool, unless it's like, oh, this lock chip is literally 3 grams compared to everyone else's 2. Then of course I'm gonna use it, especially if it's a lighter bay. I'm gonna use it. 30.29 is heavier than Arc, which is the Wizard Arc weight, and that's the primary blade for that. Uh, we did see that from BBN, Beyblade Australia Network. They officially got that, and that was 29 something. With this being 30, it's a little bit heftier. That's nice, especially since it's supposed to be a defense blade, so maybe it can actually be used for defense combos, especially if you use it in tandem with bumper, which is 5.31, which I do believe is heavier than round. Maybe not, now that I think about it, because no. It's definitely heavier than round. Unless I'm crazy. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. But it being a defensive based uh assist blade, it's nice to have it heavier. And in total, that means this all comes to 37, which puts it around Whale Wave, uh, Phoenix Wing, if you want to call it that, Soar Phoenix. Uh, that sort of Impact Drake. Not quite Impact Drake. Impact Drake comes around to 40 these days. But Cobalt Dragoon's a good option to compare it to as well in weight. It's around that area if you put it with these parts, but personally, I'm going to try out Wizard Arc Bumper, or maybe if Perseus ends up being heavier as a face, Perseus Arc Bumper as a defense combo. I'm cooking up that. I think that could be nice. I still don't know what bit I'm going to use. Maybe if Wedge is really good, I'll use that, or maybe I'll just stick with Hexa and be basic. Who knows? But next up, we have essentially a release date for Hasbro CX. It's looking like it's going to be in the summer, July 1st, and it's going to get a price bump up to $12.99, which is a little unfortunate, but, put more plastic in the box. They're going to charge extra, even though it's plastic, which is unfortunate, but if that means people can get CX sooner, then fine, whatever, charge a little bit extra. But July 1st, 2025, we all know it's either going to show up later than that or earlier than that. We're either going to see it early on Amazon or in stores at Target, or we're going to see it later, god awfully later, because we're definitely not supposed to know these release dates. I'm sure the release dates for all the Wave 2 stuff was ages ago, and it's just finally showing up in my local Walmart. So I don't think it's guaranteed that it's going to show up around July 1st. Maybe on Amazon it will. But if anything, it won't take a full year for us to get stuff like it did previously. I think they're trying to catch up because, they know to get someone into it, they don't want you to immediately import things. No one's going to want to import things immediately. It's nice to have all this cool new stuff, more interesting stuff out and about in the actual store for new people to get into it. But moving on, the most important bit of the news that came out right before my last video. This is the part lineup for the CX random booster with Hells and Rhino Reaper as the prize base. I recorded this a few times. I kept saying that the rudder combo was good. I'm just letting you know now. It's kind of eh. I was confusing LF with LR. LR would have been a lot cooler. LF is alright. Kind of mid. It literally just clicked it for me, even though this came out days ago, that LF is not LR. Uh, LR came on Impact Drake. LF came up on Shark's Edge. We've had it for ages. So these parts are kind of mid. We have T470K on Hell's Reaper, C455D on Rhino Reaper. D is still kind of mid, not gonna lie. It would have been nice for Bounce Spike or something, but you can't win them all. Next up, we have for Hell's Arc T3850 because they want you to be able to get T on more than just the prize bay, which is, nice of them and all. 980K, it would have been cool if it was 970. I'm going to be honest. It would have been so much cooler if it was 970 because if you're going to put Rudder, Phoenix here, Phoenix Rudder, and finally let us get it outside of that deck set, you might as well have let us get it out officially for 970 outside of that deck set instead of making us make our own. But it's not that hard to make your own 970, just taking the middle of a 70 and taking the edge of a 9 and putting it together. You can make your own. You don't have to buy that deck set. That deck set is stupid. It shouldn't have been 40. That deck set is actually the worst thing in human existence. But now you can get the random booster separately, so that's cool. But K is on 3 bays here. Spoiler warning, it's on 3. We'll get to the last one later. But K has been seemingly shown to be a hexagonal taper, so a mix of Hexa, the bit that came on Hell's Hammer, and then the bit that came on the original Hell Incendio, or Scythe Incendio, whatever it was called, which is, taper, and that's cool and all, but we don't know how good it is, and the fact that it's on 3 bays is a little annoying, but, it's different coloring, so if it does end up being really good, it'll be nice to have it absolutely everywhere so multiple people can get it. If you bought the full set of it on like Bays and Bricks or Mull of Toys, then you'll be able to have 3 and maybe you can share some with your friends, or if it's really good and you use it a lot, you'll have extras on the side, even though it won't be the ideal color for color combo. But a lot of people in Beyblade don't really care about color combos. They just want the good parts. Moving on, the really disappointing one now that it's finally clicked that LF isn't LR. 470 LF, not only is 470 in here twice, and sadly the 4 bays aren't getting a new mold, only 455 is going to have a unique mold, so if 455's 4 sides ends up being better than 470, don't be surprised. But not only is 470 in here twice, but we're getting LF instead of LR. LF has been on so many bays, so many bays. It was on Shark Edge. I believe that's what it's. Keel Shark, I know it's called here in the States. But it was on Keel Shark. Everyone has a LF. Everyone has like 3 LFs. Why did you throw it in here? I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but that's dumb. That's really dumb. Speaking of kind of dumb, Piss Whales here. 760k. 760 is a pretty good ratchet. It was only on Crest. I believe this is our only other release of 760, unless I'm insane. No, Draciel Shields X-Over came with a green one, so now you get a yellow one. You got red, green, yellow. You got the whole stoplight. It's not on red. Red is 770, sorry. But you got black, green, yellow. Not a stoplight, unless the red light's out. But 760k, so 3Ks here. Not the worst overall, random booster-wise, parts. You still get 2 CX bays as prizes and 1 CX bay as a technically easier to get version of it. So the blades are still really good. All of these are technically rare because they haven't shown up outside of their boosters. I don't think Whale Wave's gotten a recolor outside of its select booster. But, Phoenix Rudder is really rare, so that's nice to get, and 3 CX bays in 1 is really cool. You got multiple chances for the blades, multiple chances for the assist blades, multiple chances for the prize bit. It's alright. I got the full set pre-ordered already. I'm gonna enjoy it. But outside of that, go ahead, like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment down below talking about this. I'd like to talk about all the CX. It's coming up, and so is Beyblade Day on the 21st of this month, so there's just going to be some huge news there. So I'm ready to talk about that if you want to, and you can also go to my socials down in the description and ring that notification bell if you want to see when another one of these videos come out. And y'all, have a great day.